live. How are you doing? My name is Joses and Ngugi.
And I'm Javier Carlin.
And we are the new Grad PT mentors.
And it is late.
It is late.
What Tuesday night. It's 10:15.
10:13
We are
actually.
10:13.
10:13.
Whatever.
And we have a topic tonight. We're not going to be on here long tonight, but this past weekend we had the opportunity to be around just a lot of other professionals that are business owners and minds that represent what we want to be in the following months and years. And as we were doing that, we were just kind of stepping back and really, first of all, just grateful for this past year since graduating physical therapy school. Just having the opportunity to be around other professionals that have pushed themselves, that have pushed towards their dreams, whether that dream was to own their own clinic, whether that dream was to have an online platform, whether that dream was to do something that was completely out of line with what they had seen before. And in doing so, we kind of had a chance to reflect on our own process so far over the last year, and just told ourselves, shoot, we've really spent the last year pursuing our own dreams, pursuing our dreams in physical therapy, pursuing our dreams as clinicians. Even though we're still considered new grads, it's been a year, a little more than a year.
More, yeah.
Even though we're still considered new grads, at least in our eyes, that's what we've done. Certain goals that we thought would take us 10 years really took us about 8 months out of PT school. And so tonight we want to talk about that, because we know that there are a lot of new grads like yourself that might, and even if you're not a new grad, but just new grads specifically that want to push themselves and really, we always have all these abstract ideas. I know I read something one time that was talking about how nearly all of us, Javi, have at some point in our life, whether it lasts for a few seconds, a few minutes, we always have these moments where we have ideas of something cool that would be amazing to do or whatever, but it seems so crazy that either we shut it down or someone else shuts it down and it just never happens.
Right.
And we look at other people that are accomplishing bigger things and opening up clinics or succeeding financially or in their influence online, because we have that as a vehicle now. And we're saying, how the heck did they do it? How did they know to push themselves? How did they know how to do it or what to do or what steps to take? They just didn't silence that 15-second thought.
Right.
And they just decided to go for it, because the honest truth is, what's the worst that can happen? So what's the worst that can happen if we just go for it as new grads?
Yeah, and man, so as new grad PTs in the physical therapy profession, we are lucky that we're really in high demand, right? I mean, you could get a job. It might not be your perfect job, right? It might be a job you don't really like much. Maybe you work in home health, working, staffing with a staffing agency, traveling. It could be in a hospital setting, inpatient, acute. It could be somewhere that you really just don't like. But the whole point of it is that if you follow your dreams and you try to do that very thing that you want most, if you want to open up your own practice, if you want to start your own online business, if you want to just accomplish things that people have either told you can't do, or you can't even imagine, that anything is possible in this life, and if you can dream it, you can achieve it, right? So the biggest what I'm trying to say is that the worst thing that can happen is that you fall back into a job that you might not like, but even then, you have options. You have options, so why not try? What is the worst thing that you can happen? You just go back to working a 9-to-5 job that it pays the bills. But as a physical therapist, we have the opportunity to go out and follow our dreams. And worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. It's okay. Jump back into a job that you were at before. Work as long as you want. Maybe come up with a new idea and just go through that and just see how it goes. Number one, a lot of the times we have these ideas that we follow through on, but we don't follow through on them for as long as we should, right? We give up too quickly, too easily. So be consistent with that. Work on it on a daily basis, and see what happens. These ideas evolve into something different each and every moment. Like the ideas that I had right out of school of opening up my own cash-based practice, they completely changed. But where I'm at now is in a lot better place than I was at a year ago, just because I kept pushing forward, right? My dreams changed, my goals change, but it's all in the direction that I wanted from the very beginning.
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah, I think a big thing is so what we did is this past weekend we had the opportunity of sitting in on a mastermind that had 130 other business owners from not only the U.S. but also outside of the country that had flown in for it. And as we were in the room, you just have the opportunity to listen. We felt like the flies on the wall because everybody in there was just really a lot more successful than we were, than we are. And it was amazing because it's kind of cool being the dumbest person in the room, I guess you could say. But really what I want to hit is, as I'm listening, there was a man that I spoke with when we were in line grabbing our lunch, which was bomb. I just want to mention that. But as we were in line, I remember speaking with this one gentleman who is now a business owner, but he waited 20 years as a professional. He waited 20 years as a clinician before he decided to pursue what he had always wanted, which was to have his own clinic. He's going on to opening up a second one right now, but really for him, it was feeling like he was just getting tired of seeing other people just jump for it and go for it and actually getting it. For him, it was a lot of fears. It was safe to stay as a clinician. It was safe to stay in a hospital system where he was guaranteed a certain salary, where he was, as he was there longer, he was able to get a certain amount of a raise and so on and so forth. But really for him, it was like, yo, shoot, if these 20-something-year-olds are coming out of PT school and doing it, then why am I holding myself back 20 years out? And so in jumping for it, he ended up, of course, with the struggles and everything, finding a community that could help him actually achieve that. And as he's done it, obviously he's proud of it. He's excited. He's grateful for it. But he also missed out on 20 years where he could have done that earlier. And that's something that he wanted to point out. It's a point that he wanted to clarify. And so really a lot of those things it's like anxieties. They don't really exist because it's just a fear of something that hasn't happened.
Right.
And really for us, it's this desire to always feel like everything else around us is controlled, feeling like our job is safe and secure, feeling like our salary is safe and secure. Maybe Joses and Javi, maybe if I go for what I want, it doesn't have, a salary like I have right now. Maybe I've gotten a raise over the last, few months of working. Well, I don't even know if you get a raise that quick, but maybe I'm hoping to get a raise as a new grad. Maybe by my 10th year, I'll be making a certain amount of money, but it doesn't really matter what that is. It's whatever you desire. It's always going to require a leap. It's always going to require, you being very uncomfortable. For us, part of what we wanted requires us to be on video, requires us to be online. I know I was very uncomfortable with doing videos when I first started. In early 2017, when I was first when I did my first live stream, I remember taking 45 minutes just to pace around the room and hype myself up before doing it, and it was uncomfortable. Today, it's very comfortable, but it's because it's had to be repetitious. It's had to be just me jumping in. I remember watching Javi's videos and be like, yo, if Javi's doing it, and I told him this later, I'm like, yo, this guy's doing it. If Javi's doing it and he's a PT student, let's go. And that pushed me. But you have to decide that if you want it, you just it's going to require that level of just feeling uncomfortable, and you just need to go for it. But the honest truth is, there's really no downside. There's no downside. You're a physical therapist, so you can always get a job if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So there's really no downside. But if you decide that you want to do something that's different, one, don't listen to people that have never really done it or have never really pushed themselves because they're just going to lead you to doubting yourself more. I learned that the hard way. But really just understand that it's going to, there's really only an upside. And time always rewards. Time always rewards. With anything that you create, always respect the time game. Always know that it's not going to take 2 weeks for it to pop. It's not going to take 2 months for it to pop. It's consistency. Understanding that you're moving in the right direction. And it doesn't really matter how fast you move in that direction as long as it is the right direction.
Right. And I think another point to that is if it's something that you really want, you have to dig deep and figure out, number one, always, as we always say, figure out what you want, number one, right? Because that'll motivate you on a daily basis to achieve that goal that you've set in place. If your dreams, if you have certain dreams, and it's truly what you want or going to get you to where you want to get.
Yeah.
You have to be hungry for that, and you have to really just think about it on a daily basis. Like, what do I want? Why do I want it? And that will motivate you every single day to take the necessary actions to achieve that dream. Okay, so how hungry are you? How hungry are you? Because I mean, everyone says that they want to achieve success, but not everyone's willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Not everyone's willing to come on a live stream at 10:15 at night because, I mean, tired as heck as we are, and I'm gonna say it again, I am tired because I'm freaking tired. We're exhausted. It's been a long day, and we're busting our ass off. Like, we're doing this because we want to show you that no matter what our day looks like, no matter how exhausted we are, we are hungry. We want to achieve certain things. We want our life to look a certain way, and we know it's not going to happen in a week. We know it's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen in months. Yeah. It may take a few years, but we're not going to stop until we get what we want because we know why we're doing it.
Exactly.
And when you have that mindset towards it, and you surround yourself around the right people, like I'm surrounded around this guy every freaking day. Like we were surrounded around really successful business owners this past weekend. Yeah. We were probably the dumbest people in the room.
And I loved it.
Right? And it was the most amazing feeling ever because I'm like, man, I don't belong here.
What's up, Will? How you doing, brother?
But that's exactly why I need to be here.
Exactly.
That's exactly why I need to be here. Because if you want to achieve anything in life, you have to surround yourself around the people who are currently achieving it or pushing themselves forward to achieve it.
You got it.
Because there is no other way. There really isn't. The number one secret to success is to surround yourself around people who have what you want.
That's it.
And that's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Obviously, taking action is another part of it. Yeah. You can't just be around like millionaires and expect to become a millionaire.
Wow, this is great.
That'd be pretty amazing.
It's like osmosis. Just absorb it. Right?
But the thing is, I think and that's exactly the point. You're surrounded around these people with this mindset, different mindset from everyone else, right? The 2% of the population are the ones that achieve everything they want out of life. You have to surround yourself around them because they think differently than every single other person on the planet. And if you're surrounded around someone that's telling you can't do something and they haven't achieved it, like Joseph was saying, like run away. Those people do not have any idea what they're talking about, clearly, because they haven't done anything themselves.
Yes, sir.
Right?
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So understand that whatever you want, you can get it, but don't see this as just a motivational video. Understand that this is real. This is real. As a new grad physical therapist, don't let another physical therapist that has been in the game for a long time, that has not pushed themselves, don't let a professor, a past professor, don't let a family member, don't let anybody stop you from deciding to make that leap, to push yourself, to do something that's absolutely uncomfortable. And if you're confused as to how to really do it, I mean, message us at contact@ngptmentors.com. But the honest truth is, there is no downside. There is absolutely no downside. Only upside. Have a good evening.